boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm for Classic and welcome to BenchART. So long time no see. I haven't done a video for a long time and I decided to do the finals, which is not the first time that I'm covering this game, because this game have been in early access for a while and I forgot how to play the game. I mean, or in beta, I'm not really sure at the moment, to be honest. But what it matters is the game is officially and finally released on Steam. Alright, so it's the full version, so I decided to retry the game and see how the performance is with the GTX 1650 Super. So, and as usual, I tried the game with a bunch of different settings, alright, 1080p low, medium and high with FSR, and also 1080p high and epic without any upscaler. I have done more or less the same thing for 1440p and also for 4K in playable settings, which means that, for example, 4K, I only tried with the lowest settings possible with FSR Ultra Performance, because it was the only setting that offered 60 frames per second experience. So, on bottom of the line, I want to shorten up a little bit my analysis of the performance of the game. Keep in mind that I only tried one match per setting, and this game can be very different regarding demandingness depending on the map or on the weather or daytime, because the finals, despite you are playing more or less the same maps, what really happens is there is different times of day or different weathers that might cause different performance levels. Alright, so keep these results as a reference and do not take it entirely 100% serious. But before saying about the results, all the gameplay that you are seeing in here, keep in mind that I'm absolutely newbie in this game. I didn't play the tutorial. The last time I played this, it was during the betas or something like that that was available in the past. I forgot entirely the rules and I entirely suck in this game. So these first settings that I did try, 1080p low and mid, I had no idea what the hell I was doing in here. But let's go with the results that I did try and what are the settings that I would use to play the game. So both 1080p low settings and medium settings using FSR2 on its quality mode, it does offer an experience above 60 frames per second. Also, the high settings with FSR, it also gives an experience above 60, but the 1% lows, for example, it was below 60 frames per second. It might have been a blip or a small stutter or something like that, but yeah, it was registered in there. So I would say that whatever, if you go with 1080p low, mid or high with FSR on quality mode, you will be very competitive against other players. Alright, I know that many people target 120 and stuff like that, but my target is always at least to have an experience above 60 frames per second. And in my opinion, 1080p low, mid or high settings using FSR, it is way better. Although I would probably stay with 1080p median with FSR, mostly because I believe that the high settings in some maps, it is pushing a little bit to the 4 GB of VRAM, and there might be a stutter or two. But I was also recording, so that might have a higher VRAM usage or a higher GPU usage, mostly because of that. Alright, so for high settings without FSR, for example, or for epic without FSR, for example, in case of high, you can expect the game to drop to 50 frames per second in some areas. Alright, you can expect an experience in between 50 to 70. It is up to you if you want to play like that. And epic, sometimes it does drop to 40 frames per second. Alright, so that's about it. In 1440p, using low settings with FSR2 on its balance provides an experience above 60 frames per second. So if you have a 1440p screen and you don't want to change your resolution, I would say that low settings FSR on balance, it is good enough. Alright. If you go with median, with FSR on quality, or high settings without FSR, well, the experience, for example, for median with FSR on quality, it is below of 60 frames per second most of the time. And if you go with high settings without upscaling, you can even expect frame rates to be lower than 30 frames per second. So it will be mostly an experience in between 30 to 40. 4K, I tried to target an experience above 60 frames per second, and the only way to do that it was to go with the absolute minimum. So it was 4K, lowest settings possible, so and using FSR 2 on its Ultra Performance. Surprisingly enough, and I'm not really sure why or if it is something different or not, FSR 2 on this game, it is working pretty well. I'm not sure if FSR have a new version or it's just the implementation of this game being really good. I'm not really sure what the hell is happening. I haven't tried Intel XeSS though, and usually it is superior to FSR in my experience. But FSR 2 I did use to these benchmarks and it was surprisingly great in my opinion. So keep that in mind. So usually FSR 2 on Ultra Performance, it is just super bad even in 4K, and for some reason in this game it was surprisingly good. And so with the low settings I was able to get an experience above 60 frames per second with 4K lowest and FSR on Ultra Performance. So my opinion also it is that whatever the settings you go to play this game, whatever if you go with the low, whatever if you go with medium, whatever if you go with high, ultra, whatever, I think the game is very pretty whatever the settings you decide to use. So if you want to play with those settings, I think you will have a great experience regarding visuals. And if you are really the competitive type of guy, probably you will go with the lowest settings possible. Alright, so that's my opinion. But for me, I would probably go with 1080p median with FSR on quality, and would be, you know about it. And well, I guess that's pretty much all. Oh, yes, one thing that I want to add. Some of these first settings that I did try, for example, 1080p low, medium, and probably high with FSR, it was consuming a huge amount of RAM. It turns out that Steam, it was using about 2 to 3 gigabytes of RAM for some reason. So I did close Steam and I did reopen it, and the game started to use, obviously, I mean the system was using much less RAM. So that's, I think that's entirely about it. That's all that I want to talk about the performance levels of the finals. It is surprisingly good visually. There is a lot of destruction. The MBoard development team, I think it contains people from the ancient battlefields like the 3 and 4. So that might explain why there is so much focus in destruction and graphics and visuals. So it looks really good. It is very well optimized. So it is great. So it's nice to see, and also free to play. So yeah, I think it's a great launch. Alright. So I think that's all that I want to talk. Thank you a lot for watching. In case you have any question or in case you want to jump to any specific setting, there is timestamps on the video. Thank you a lot for watching, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
The Jet Setters are back and ready to avenge that team wipe. With only one member left, the Shock and Awe need to proceed cautiously here.
Screwing things up! Let's get airborne!
That's a blow to the Jet Setters. Team wiped.
I'm sure that's not the kind of flight path they had in mind.
The Jet Setters have respawned. Let's see how they bounce back. It's all about money, speed, and strategy in quick cash. The team to bank enough cash the quickest will seize the day.
Right you are, Scotty. Time to turn up the heat in this thrilling cash quest.
Vault 1 is being opened by the Vogues.
Frag out! It's happening, Scotty. We've got our first elimination.
Warm-up is definitely over. Nice! Teamwork for the Vogues.
Frag grenade set!
The Vogues are back in action.
Frag grenade out! Cash out A, full speed. Throwing a frag! Frag grenade sent!
The shock and awe will need to come back from that wipeout. The Vogues are all fired up. They've started our first cash out. Moving into first place, the Vogues.
Tossing a frag!
The Retros are re-engaging.
The shock and awe have left us stunned. What an incredible comeback!
Look at the shock and awe committing theft. Just like that. Their opponents won't like that. Setting a barricade.
Pyro grenade out! Frag grenade out!
The shock and awe are playing for keeps. They've snagged the match's first cash out.
Setting a frag! Come over here!
This could get shocking, as the shock and awe are trying to avoid a full team wipe. Welcome to Quick Cash, where speed is the key to victory. The first team to stash enough cash will reign supreme.
Absolutely! Absolutely, Scotty. Time for our contestants to prove their mettle.
Applying some pressure, the tough shells are opening Vault 1.
Did you catch that, Scotty? We've got our first elimination and the tension is palpable.
It's sink or swim time.
Let's get airborne. Special delivery. Send the frag.
Let's see whether the last member of the Retros will attempt a revive. Misfortune for the Retros. Team wiped. The Retros have returned to the arena. Hoping to pressure the competition, the Steamrollers have initiated our first cash out.
Time to bounce.
The Steamrollers are taking the reins of this match.
Frag out. Throwing a frag.
Ouch! The tough shells suffered a wipeout.
Scotty, the competition really shelled them.
Special delivery.
Tough shells just made their return to the arena. This is exactly what the Steamrollers needed. They pocketed our first cash out. The Steamrollers are unlocking Vault 2. Welcome to the fast world of quick cash. The first team to hit the targeted total claims victory.
As Scotty said, it's time to dash, cash, and hopefully not crash.
Vault 1 is being opened, courtesy of the Boundless.
of this match, and in all likelihood, not the last.
It's sink or swim time. The shock and awe will need to reboot. Team wiped.
That's an absolute shocker, Scotty.
The shock and awe just made their return to the arena.
Jump pad deployed. Let's go over there.
The match is starting to heat up as the Vogues have started our first cash out. This could get shocking, as the shock and awe are trying to avoid a full team wipe.
The Vogues are swanky, showing determination with this reversal.
The Boundless have snagged a cash out in progress. Misfortune for the shock and awe. Team wiped. The shock and awe are back in the arena, folks.
Tossing a frag. Frag grenade sent. Goes to the Boundless. Let's see whether they can keep that momentum going. Like a team wipeout for the shock and awe.
That probably shook them up a bit.
In Quick Cash, it's all about the rush for riches. The team that gathers enough cash first will seal the win.
That's right, Scotty. This is going to be a nail-biter.
Vault 1 is being unlocked by the high notes.
Throwing a frag.
This encounter, it's our first elimination.
Boy, oh boy, are we in for a treat today. The last member of the Steamrollers needs to do everything they can to avoid a team wipe. Ouch! The high notes suffered a wipeout. Are rejoining the match. Deploying jump pad. Let's go in there. They've started our first cash out. The Ultra Rares have returned to the arena. A chance to be a hero for the Steamroller's last contestant here. Our sponsors are ready to be impressed. The Ultra Rares will need to come back from that wipeout.
They might be rare, but they're not in mint condition anymore.
It's the high notes out in front. The high notes composed a winning play, stealing that cash out.
But will there be consequences?
Throwing some goo!
The Ultra Rares are re-engaging.
Jump pad here!
To the high notes. Let's see whether they can keep that momentum going. The high notes just made their return to the arena.
Roger!
And the Ultra Rares are facing a full team wipe. One contestant left. Ouch! The Ultra Rares suffered a wipeout.
Well done. Team wipe.
The Steamrollers are busy prying into Vault 2.
Frag grenade out! Frag grenade out! Converge on Vault 2! Come over here!
The rules hardly need explanation in Quick Cash, but here it goes. Bag the targeted total first to win.
That's right, Scotty. It's all about speed, strategy, and a whole lot of cash.
As always, in Monaco, the
Time to bounce!
stacked against you, right?
It's official. The teams have sized each other up. We've got our first elimination of the match.
That's the finals for you folks. Let's see if the last member of the Tough Shells decides to turtle up while they're alone out there. Jet setters break through, unlocking Vault 1.
Deploying a surprise! Go after cash box 1! Tossing a frag. Frag out!
Priority boarding for the jet setters. They have started our first cash out. A burst to the front from the jet setters. Misfortune for the jet setters. Team wiped.
They stalled for sure.
Here and here. Team white.
The jet setters are back in action.
Frag grenade set! Frag grenade out!
Unbreakable spirit from the tough shells with a remarkable comeback.
Impressive steal by the tough shells. A contestant on the tough shells is completely on their own out there. A wipeout and a setback for the jet setters. The jet setters are back in play. This is exactly what the tough shells needed. They've pocketed our first cash out.
Frag out! Special delivery! Jump pad ready! Deploying jump pad!
The jet setters are starting to soar. They're unlocking Vault 2.
Toxic trap set!
We're playing quick cash, where the quickest team to collect the quantity that we're looking for claims the day.
Scotty, spot on. Time for the big cash crunch. It's on, Scotty. We've got our first elimination. The action is sure to ramp up now.
That's right, June. I'm so excited right now, I didn't even hear what you said.
Nos participants vont s'affronter aujourd'hui sous les regards de nos sponsors.
Complete team wipe for the shock and awe.
That'll be a shock to their system.
Out of this white.
The jet setters break through, unlocking Vault 1.
Come over here.
The steamrollers are all fired up. They've started our first cash out. A timely lead for the steamrollers. Alas, the steamrollers have been wiped out.
Steam has got to be coming out their ears now.
Only one engine is operational for the jet setters. They'll want to avoid a team wipe.
Frag out! Frag grenade out!
With first-class finesse, the jet setters just stole a cash out, leaving their opponents grounded. The steamrollers are back in play.
Setting a barricade!
Team wipe calamity for the shock and awe.
Way to inspire awe.
The steamrollers steal a cash out. Let the good times roll.
It's a jaw-dropping recovery from the shock and awe.
The jet setters just swooped in and stole a cash out. The shock and awe are re-engaging.
Sending a frag! Throwing a frag!
This is exactly what the jet setters needed. They've pocketed our first cash out.
Frag grenade out!
The steamrollers are opening Vault 2. Our sponsors are watching the last contestant on the jet setters who has a chance to avoid a team wipe. Cash out in progress thanks to the jet setters. cash out.
Touch
That's how
the
you take
flag.
control, folks.
That could be a game changer.
There, go! Frag grenade sent! Frag out!
The jet setter's just pirated a cash out.
First impression on our sponsors.
It's a test of nerves and skill from here.
Jump pad ready!
With a flood of confidence, the Big Splash are opening Vault 1.
Frag grenade out!
Looks like a team wipeout for the jet setters.
Frag out! Gooing things up!
The Big Splash are looking to make a name for themselves. First cash out started.
Go! Up there! Frag grenade out! Enemy spot! Up there!
This is exactly what the Big Splash needed. They've pocketed our first cash out. Here's some cover. This is a bad spot. The steamroller's final member needs to keep a cool head here. Looks like a team wipeout for the steamrollers.
Major speed bump, Scotty.
The steamrollers have turned up the heat and rolled back into the fight. The Big Splash are unbolting Vault 2.
Tossing a frag. Enemies at cash box 2. Enemies at cash box 2. Grabbing cash box 2.
The jet setters are back in play.
Throwing a frag.
Cash
Bring
out
to
C,
cash
I'm
out
coming.
C.
Oh no! The Big Splash have lost all but one contestant.